Bienvenidos a EsperanzaVence, donde la EsperanzaVence. Welcome to EsperanzaVence, where hope wins. Hello, hello! Thank you for being here. Thank you for fine-tuning your free will and intuition with me for today. Oh, Mars Day, Ace of Wands reversed, huh? That's our jumper card for today. For those of you who haven't been here, I accept any and all jumper cards because that lets me know it's time to stop shuffling. I was actually shuffling for a really long time before I even pushed record on the video. So now it's time for the message to come through. But with the Ace of Wands reversed, we might want to rethink the way that we're projecting our creativity upon others. When we have a great idea, when we have a spark of an inspiration, is this actually going to be able to be processed by those around us? Or do we need to rethink on the ways in which we're lighting matches and sparking fires? Like I could think of someone I was talking to recently, and they have a lot of fire and they're sparking a lot of matches, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be one of those like flamethrower situations, or one of those what are those things called the torch, the blowtorch? Like, you want to be able to use your match and spark a fire that other people can warm themselves with, that other people can be inspired by. If you have your candle lit and you can light somebody else's candle and they could light somebody else's candle, and so on and so forth, that might be a more constructive way to channel all this fire that is coming straight from the heavens. I mean, aces are always good luck at a reading. It's just that sometimes when we see the cards inversed, as those of you who already know, who have had a reading with EsperanzaVence Tarot before, y'all already know that inverted cards denote internalized energy. So this is energy that we are invited to work on inside of ourselves, so that in our environment, eventually, if we work on how to channel our own fire, then when fire come upon Babylon, then we'll know what to do with it, how to channel it appropriately. All right? So this is going to flavor our reading for today, and then we're going to pray and play for our Quick Hits Tarot for today. Let's put this here. We're working with Morgan Greer Tarot today, my favorite, all-time favorite. Seven 2026. Yay, we made it. We made it. Oopsie daisies. In your past, present tense, near future. And thank you, everybody who has taken advantage of my special pricing sale that ran through 11 p.m. on the 6th. So if you missed that one, stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe, and then you won't miss it next time I decide to go insane and slash my prices like over 70%. Holy moly, what a great opportunity to get a reading, or to get a follow-up, for a reading that you've already had before. At that price, it's like you can't beat it with the stick. So yeah, thank you to everybody who participated in that. If you would like a full price reading, they are currently available at the links. So check that out. I mean, my prices are always reasonable. Really, they are. But I did an insane sale for celebrating United States of America 250. United States of America has given a lot to me, so I hope to give my fellow United Statesians, my fellow patriots, my fellow friends and co-workers and cohorts and family a decent product at a real screaming value. Uh-oh, I see a mosquito flying around. I better hurry up and start reading. Near past, Knight of Pentacles, present tense, Four of Pentacles reversed, and the near future, Eight of Cups. Well, looks like today on a Mars day, on a Tuesday, we got our mind on our money and our money on our mind, as they say. Knight of Pentacles is someone coming in to our lives who is very practical. Could be it could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo persona. This could be somebody who is bringing in information of a financial nature. This could be an investor. This could be a partner. This is somebody who's a very practical, very earthbound partner. They might not be as woo-woo as we are at EsperanzaVence Tarot. He might not be as open to the esoteric. He might be more earthly and practical, and anytime something supernatural happens, he might automatically have an answer for it. But this is somebody who cares for the homestead. This is somebody who's a great farmer. This is somebody who knows how to work with horses or do earthly things like plant a garden and watch it grow and be able to benefit from the resources of his investments. This could be somebody with really good investment advice. This could be somebody with very good practical advice. Virgos are sometimes a little bit critical, but they do it for your own good. And a Capricorn can sometimes be a little bit cold, but they're just trying to get business taken care of. And a Taurus might be a little bit slow to move, but that's just because they're very thoughtful about how they invest their pentacle, if they're using good seeds, and if that's going to bear good fruit. All things to think about today. By the way, stay tuned to the end of this video. We're going to talk about the astrology in just a moment. Four of Pentacles reversed means that we're letting go of a clinginess to our resources. We're feeling more open with our resources. We're feeling more open to invest with others, to maybe pair up. Maybe we took a look at our savings account and it doesn't have as many shekels in there as we had expected. With the Four of Pentacles reversed, some of our savings, we might be using it to pay for things in our daily life and to reinvest in ourselves. But the Four of Pentacles upright, that's a very clingy, very frugal card. But the problem with it upright is that when Four of Pentacles is upright, there's not a lot coming in and there's not a lot going out. Here we can guarantee that there's some money going out, but it opens up the flow. It unplugs the drain, so that, like, sometimes we got to spend money to make money, as they say. And sometimes when you let go of what's yours and become a little bit more generous with it, like the Four of Pentacles reverse could lead to the Five of Pentacles, like, okay, my money is draining and now I feel like, uh-oh, about my resources. But then we move to the Six of Pentacles, where there's a reallocation of resources, and then we start to feel the generosity of others shining upon us. Or if we're the ones that end up with extra, we can be generous with others. So with the Four of Pentacles reverse, at least it's like a movement. It's, like I said, unclogging the drain. The South Node right now is reaching into those 0 degrees of Leo and crossed over Regulus, and we're entering a phase where we're letting go of the earth and we're accepting more fire. And Eight of Cups. 8 energy has been coming through strong for me today. How about you? I know at least for Sharon, our Sharon, 8 energy is alive and strong. And 8 energy is a lesser reverberation of the Strength card in tarot, which gives us a really good view into the infinity, the infinity symbol that lies within the 8, the staying within the beauty and natural flow of nature. And by doing that, that is our gentle strength. That is our compass. That is the vibe that we can sink into. With the Eight of Cups, these are feelings and emotions. Remember, cups in the tarot represent our emotions, how we give and receive emotionally, and what we have a capacity for emotionally. And here, we're leaving situations where we just don't have the emotional capacity for it anymore. We don't have the emotional energy to work with that anymore. We're following the moon. We're following our intuition. It might be a rocky path. You know, it's not daylit, but our root chakra is aligned. All that red, little Red Riding Hood over here might be going off into the forest to see a big bad wolf, but she sure as F don't want to deal with this energy here. She might not know where she's going, but she knows what she's not doing anymore. So with the Eight of Cups reversed, we might be walking away from emotional situations that are no longer fulfilling for us. We might have emptied enough cups over there. We might have left enough of our emotions and not had a return on the investment. So we're just walking towards something new and able to let that go. So that's what we have for today for our Quick Hits Tarot. Stay tuned and we'll talk about the astrology in just a moment. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Boy, oh boy, I love just looking and learning in a chart. Will you look at this? Okay, so first off, my eye is pulling focus to Neptune here at the top of a minor grand trine, pulling exact sextiles to both Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini at 4 degrees. Uranus in Gemini moving into a very tight trine aspect with Pluto. What does this mean? It means that the outer planets are working in harmony together. So, for example, if you're at a show, if you're at a festival, there's 3 stages at this festival, and they're all timing themselves appropriately to where as one stage is finishing up. For example, Neptune would be sort of dreamy Ibiza beach vibes music, or maybe even surfer music. Neptune in Aries, it could be like the Pixies or surfer music, even like the Beach Boys, or just Brian Wilson in general. Like Neptune in Aries, like masculine, it can be hard sometimes, but it still is like that dreamy kind of vibey surfer music. Oh, Dunyan, that's another example of Neptune and Aries music. And then Pluto and Aquarius would be like Sly and the Family Stone. Pluto and Aquarius would be similar to, let's say, isn't that one group, Edward Sharp and the Zeros or something? That's like a larger group of musicians. Pluto in Aquarius could be, marching music, marching bands, or big band music. Okay, and then the third stage would be Mars and Gemini. Mars and Gemini would be like Outcast, especially the Aquemini album. Maybe that's our homework for today. We can jam to Aquemini. That is this minor grand trine right here. And so this is like a harmonizing between unusual forces, but it's in a very higher mind, okay? Because Neptune and the moon has just crossed over Neptune. So like our feelings are moving towards actively bringing ourselves physically into our dreams, or bringing our dreams physically into reality. We're starting to feel in our hearts that dreams are possible in action. Okay, Saturn in Aries here on the midheaven, pretty much darn near conjunct, is enacting boundaries in a way that is supportive, step-by-step processes that bring us to the ultimate goal. Okay, that help us climb up that mountain. Saturn is carving out steps into the mountain so that we can climb step by step. Okay. I also see an interesting minor grand trine between Abundantia, the South Node, and Chiron. Abundantia is also making a trine to the North Node and a sextile to Chiron. So I see a basket over here too. People are talking about Barbo's basket. I'm calling it Baby Jesus's cradle. I don't know what anybody else is calling it. A cradle, a basket, a bassinet, but I'm seeing another one here. People are talking about the one that's between Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and then from Uranus to Jupiter. Jupiter's moving in on that. And then, so Abundantia represents, in my experience, just like little blessings, little gifts. So that can be monetary. Somebody might leave you a nice tip, or you might leave a nice tip to somebody else when you're out having your, little mini burgers or whatever, or potato skins, cheese curds if you're in Wisconsin, right? Abundantia can be something that comes in the mail unexpectedly, that it could also be like a raise or a level up. And here it's in the sextile with Chiron, healing our wounds surrounding being able to accept abundance in our lives and accept abundance for our families. Abundantia being at 31 minutes of the Cancerian zodiac, also making that sextile to the South Node at 45 minutes of Virgo, just about to head into Leo and meet up with Venus simultaneously. So themes, Venus rules over Taurus. Taurus is where Chiron is hanging out. Chiron's hanging out in Venus's house. Venus is hanging out in Leo's house. And Venus is telling Chiron how things are going to go. So Venus is asking for quality. Venus is asking for beauty. Venus is asking not to forget the extra cream. Venus in Leo is asking to be heard. Okay, and meeting up with the South Node, Venus is going to ask what needs to be released. So these last critical degrees in Virgo before moving into Leo, the South Node is really concentrating on things that we need to let go of health-wise, things that we need to let go of with our hands. What are we clinging to too tightly? What are we too hyperfixated on detail-wise that we could let go of that don't really matter, okay? I noticed that Black Moon Lilith is opposing this Sun recently conjunct with Sirius, and Sirius and the Sun are still working with that square aspect to Saturn, and Saturn is squaring Black Moon Lilith. What does this mean? It means Saturnian influences, more satanic influences, even especially in a hard aspect with the demon aspect, Lilith, in opposition with the Sun. There could be some real stress on bringing to light. We might be feeling pretty emotional about bringing to light what is really happening with these darker forces and how we can rise above it with the Sun conjunct Sirius. How can we reach for the stars? All right, that's all I got for you for today. There's a lot else going on, but that's all we can talk about because that's what we're going to do. If you'd like more details or a more in-depth perception on your own personal astrology and maybe what the tarot cards or oracle cards want to say to you today, please hit the links and we'll book you a session. It's super easy. I email you directly. We pick a time, we pick a day, I send the link. It's super simple. And you're working through me directly, so no bots. Not yet, anyway. Love you, bye.